beautiful outside. I'm getting sun-kissed as we speak. I have my feet in the water, so excuse the loud splash of the waves. But there's a lot of people out here riding jet skis and on their boats today, just living it up. I just wanted to check in real quick, let everybody know that I'm doing okay. Wish you all the best, sending you love and light as always. Just wanted to tell you to make sure that you take time out to love on yourself, fill your own cup, treat yourself, even if it's the smallest of things, but it's something that makes your soul and your heart happy. Do that, okay? Take time out to show yourself how much you love yourself. I watched a video earlier today that was talking about look yourself in the mirror and tell yourself that I love you and I'm fighting for you and I will never give up on you. And I did that today and I almost started crying because it hit me so hard. I didn't realize how much I needed that. And make sure you address your triggers, big and small. Make sure that you dive into those, and it means you have some work to do. You have some more shadow work to do, mainly about forgiveness. I realized that since I had come out here, I used to come out here all the time when I was at my uncle's house because it is so close. But now that I'm out here again, I found myself taking alternative routes around his house. And I told myself that it was because I didn't want him to see me. I didn't want to see his girlfriend, ex-girlfriend, whatever. I didn't want anybody to be able to say that they saw me anywhere near that neighborhood, so that they couldn't claim that I was stalking in any way or keeping tabs on them in any way or doing anything at all to them, because I don't care. But then the other day I found myself forgetting to take the alternate route and just was on autopilot going down the main road instead of taking back roads. And whenever I approached his street, I found myself not having a panic attack, but breathing faster, realizing that I was approaching the neighborhood and I had not intended to do that, but it was too late to turn around. So I focused on my breath and I started doing some deep breathing. I started to pray, and I realized that I wasn't only avoiding that neighborhood because of what they would think or say, but I was avoiding it to protect myself from how I was still feeling inside. And I have forgiven and I have prayed, and I will always show them compassion and grace. I wish even my enemies nothing but the best, especially healing on their part, and I send love and light from afar because we're all God's children. We all make mistakes. I just pray that they learn from them and that they can use this to catapult their life into a better path and to love themselves and to love others. But apparently I hadn't completed that shadow work because for the past few days I have dedicated time out to pray to help me to release any residual resentment, any residual pain that exists from that. I don't want anything to do with them still. Let me just be very clear about that. But I have to let it go completely, 100%, because that is for me. And I don't want to avoid anything anymore. I don't care what they might say. I'm going to make it my mission to be comfortable with passing that neighborhood and not having any feelings at all about what happened to me there. It was traumatic, but I have taken steps to heal from those things and separating myself from that environment, whether it had been forced or whether it was voluntary. I never tried to go back. I never tried to contact him again. I accepted it. I made peace with it. And now I have forgiven completely. I have forgiven everyone, but I did not realize that I was still holding on to some hurt from that situation, and some anxiety built when I was in the vicinity, and I want to make sure that I work on that and I release it and let it go, completely surrender that to God. It is not mine to handle. Vengeance is not mine. I will definitely still stand in my power, speak my truth, and tell my story as I'm encouraging you guys to do. But shadow work and healing is continuous, and we should never give up on that or give up on yourselves, because That is a gift to yourself. That is a present for you. It's not for them, it's for you. It's like they always say, you're drinking poison and expecting someone else to die if you do that. So don't hold it in. Reflect on it, unpack it, cry if you need to, deep breath, meditation, journal, get it out, pray about it, and give it all up to the Lord, because that is His to handle. You don't get to handle that, and you don't need to stay stuck there either. That will ruin your life, and this life is beautiful. I want you all to embrace it and appreciate every single second, every single blessing. Be grateful and positive. Don't let that stuff hold you in that place. Don't let it bring you down further. Deal with it and release it so that you could go on and live this beautifully magnificent life that we were given. It is so precious. I got to talk to my son yesterday. I didn't think I was going to. It was about 2.5 hours later than our normal time, but at least I did get to talk to him, and that fills my soul up. He's beginning to wonder why we haven't had visits, and it turns out now that my ex-husband has had his lawyer withdraw, I don't have her to help me figure that out anymore, but she did send me a visitation center number. It's an organization which did have a sliding scale, but you do have to pay for visits. You do have to pay them to monitor your visits. Now, I've never signed off on the temporary parenting plan. It was just proposed, but I never signed it. So I told him I'm still trying to figure that out, that DCS and the people that were monitoring our visits are no longer involved. So we're going to have to find somebody else, and more than likely I'm going to have to figure out a way to pay for it. But they don't do sliding scales anymore until they get their accreditation back, funding from the state. It did close down for a little while, but now they're back up. They're just trying to get their funding back, but it is $75 an hour for them to monitor your visits. So I made sure to tell him, as always, that Mom loves him and misses him, and she's trying as hard as she can to get these visits. I'm just gonna have to be patient and pray for God to show me a way out of this, or a temporary solution to this painful separation that hasn't been soothed with time together recently. But anyway, it's getting really choppy. I hope I'm not yelling at you guys. I really wanted you to hear the waves too, because they're very calming and healing for me, and I hope that you guys get the same effect from it. If not, go visit a body of water and put your feet in it or swim in it your own self, because that is ultimately what we all need. It's not probably not transferable through my videos. Do it firsthand, okay? I love you guys. I just wanted to check in. I want to let you know that God loves you. He loves us all. We are all perfect in His eyes, and He made no mistakes on any of us. We are all right where we are supposed to be, and we're never alone.